slide.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thank you for everyone being here. This is my biggest class attendance, which is a blessing to me, feeds me, it's all good. This works. Okay, I wanted to share, and I didn't hand this out to you, but I did hand you some other stuff in regards to statistics for online leads. Who knows that the real estate industry is changing right now as we speak? In the last 3 years, have you guys seen a shift in who's getting the business? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
The agents who are taking advantage of the changes in technology and in real estate.
That's right.
Content, more important content.
That's right, you hit it. It's content, guys. The content isn't changing. That's what's fun about being in the real estate industry. The content isn't changing. The only thing that's changing is the way that we're distributing it to our clients. Social media is not overrunning the phone call, but it's diminishing its effect. A lot of people don't have home phones anymore. Even from 2015 to 2018, if you look at statistics, everyone has cell phones. What are they doing on their cell phones? Are they constantly calling? No, they're texting. They're sending, and they're on social media. We're all on social media a lot more than we probably want to realize. But if we were to calculate it, it would probably be between 2 and 6 hours a day. And that's just not us. We're not special. It's across the board. So if we're having our clients online, on social media, on these different online websites, we got to be in front of them, right? It just makes sense to be front of mind. We have to be where they are. So I'm seeing this big shift in where clients are coming from. And so right here, I just wanted to read some stuff about online leads and online consumers. According to NAR, which is National Association of Realtors, 90% of consumers are researching homes online. That's 9 out of 10, guys. That's huge. Like, and this was, I'm pretty sure when I pulled this, it was 2016. It's probably over that now. It's probably over 90%. This is before they ever picked up a phone or reached out to a real estate agent. The rapidly evolving online world makes it imperative that you create a system to grab and retain the attention of today's home buyer. Does anyone disagree with that? What are ways that you guys can think of that we can get in front of our buyers and sellers online?
Facebook.
Facebook, it's the biggest one. And I have this up, not to show how pretty I am and how pretty my logo is that I spend a lot of money on. We put the real in real estate. Because, hey guys, there aren't many people that does that nowadays. There was only one. Yeah, exactly. Slogan's good, but I want y'all to put the real in real estate now. Like, everyone should. There's a few of you out there. But what I found, I moved my business from a hobby into something real when I assigned myself a logo and when I gave myself a catchphrase. I put it on hats, I put it on whatever it was, but people looked at me bigger than myself. And is cool, it can not be cool if you're not monitoring, like, hey, I'm not bigger than whatever, but it really took me to that next level. I'm thankful for this opportunity that I got to do this on my own, because it allowed me to learn so much. Create a budget. I've never had a budget in my life, but my business had to have one. So my business having to have a budget made me like, oh crap, like I need to personally have a budget as well. So when you grow this business, it grew me, guys. That's why I'm so big on how do you want to grow your business. When you're growing your business, you're growing yourself. And it should be the other way around, but in my situation, I noticed that my business made me do things in my personal life that I wasn't doing otherwise. So that's a big thing. According to NAR, 50% of online leads will not convert into clients for at least 6 to 12 months. What does that mean for you guys that are paying for leads or doing whatever?
Stay in touch.
Follow up.
Consistent.
We're staying in touch.
Don't give
Being
up.
consistent.
Put in that work.
Put in that work.
Don't give up.
You can't give up on them, guys. And this is why I'm just gonna say this. And I know it's a cringing word for some. CRM, a database. Guys, if we don't have one, what are we doing with the leads after we get them? I can tell you they become orphans.
Yeah.
They become orphans of the world. And I always said, like when I would be back in Tulare, I'm the father of orphans. Because I have all of these agents who touched people, but they would never go up for follow-up. So here I am, Big Daddy Blake, like, let me take care of you because you've been mistreated in the past, and that's not going to happen this time. I say it jokingly, but guys, that's really how it is. When I came in contact with a new client, they were not going to go somewhere else for business ever because of the way I made them feel. They knew how much I cared, not about their home, not about the purchase or the sale, about them. You got to penetrate through those business barriers and get into the personal life if you want to create that relationship that's going to have them coming back. Every 7 years, I think is the average that a person's going to go through a home. Now, mind you, you have exceptions, people 20, 25 years, but you have exceptions on the other side. This is my 3rd year in real estate business, and most of my clientele were already from the people that I serviced in 2015. We were in an appreciating market. Clients that bought a home in 2015 are now able to sell and move on in 2017, or 2018 now, but that's rare, guys. So it's a really interesting part of the market. Those people who made the sales in 2012 through 2015, there's a lot of clients out there that haven't been touched by their real estate agent since then, and they're thinking about doing something right now. I can promise you they are, because the market, and this, I don't want to scare you guys, in my opinion, I think we're close to a peak.
Oh yeah, we are.
We're going to be in a shift.
Oh yeah.
We're past the peak.
We're past the peak
Yeah.
and we're shifting.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't say that to bring fear. It should be an encouragement to you guys. You guys, number one, have leadership in this office that are going to guide you through the shift. Keller Williams gained the most agents that it has in its whole life when the market crashed. Why? Because we were the only brokerage that had systems and training in place to make our agents better than the competition. It's the same for right now, guys. This is an exciting time to get really good at what you do because you stand out. There's a bunch of sevens. I call them sevens, average. A bunch of sevens out there, guys. How do you make yourself a 10? I can tell you it's through personal relationship. It's through more follow-up contacts. It's through gratitude calls, thanking them for the business they gave me 3 years ago, and I'm still thinking about them. It's those kinds of calls, text messages, Facebook messages. Who knows that Facebook's one of the biggest databases that you could have for your real estate business?
Yeah.
You guys have more friends on Facebook than you do in your database. That doesn't exist for a lot of you guys yet. What is it going to take to get these friends into that database? I can tell you, you already got the name. You more than likely already know where they live, not the address, but the area in which they live. You might even have their cell phone number. All it takes is a phone call or a message to have a conversation. And now they just went from here into your personal database. Now you can start doing lots of different things. But that's why I'm going to keep repeating this database is so important. And I fought it. I fought it for my first 2 years. I don't want a database. All my business are my family and friends. That's great. Put them in your database so you can treat them better. So you can let them know you care about them. Because guys, we get so busy in real estate, who do we tend to forget about? The ones that are closest to us that's going to end up bringing us the most business? It's funny. This real estate business makes us do funny things, and it doesn't necessarily make sense when we say it out loud, but you guys can all relate to one way or another. That's what happens. 70% of the pool that we're going to get our business from, meaning family, friends, and past clients, we forget about while we're chasing the 30% and this wild goose chase called life. Guys, keep your contacts close to you. Don't let them be orphans. Love them enough to follow up. Any questions there? Anything that you guys have to say? What are ways that you can get in contact with your past clients?
Holidays, birthdays,
Anniversaries.
anniversaries when they're buying a home,
Just call.
gratitude calls. Yeah.
Don't look at it like you're making a cold call, guys. These are people that care about you, and you just have to show them that you also care about them. Don't be so afraid of it. Let them know that you were just thinking about them. And this is why I'm bringing up Facebook, and I'm going to keep tying it in, because who's put, if they've had a baby recently on their Facebook page? Who's put if it was their kids or their dog's birthday recently? All of that information is at your hands. You literally don't even have to make a call to figure out what you're going to call them about. Hey, congrats on the new kid. Guys, That's why I'm saying this stuff's so vital. People put their information out to the world for absolutely nothing, and we can go in there, get it, and figure out a way that we can be of value to them. That's why I promote this. There's a lot of crap with Facebook too that I'm not going to get into, but the main key of it is use this as a database for your business. If you use it as a database to spread love, not spread your business, spread love, and let people know that you're there, you will, in return, get their business. Okay.
I think that the biggest thing with agents is fear.
It is.
We're asking something from them, but in actuality, we want to help them.
Yes.
Say, how can I help you?
Yes.
I mean, well, because we're thinking about this, and oh, well, let me help you. Not like, oh my God, I need that commission check, or I'm invading your space, because it comes over in your voice.
It does.
It really does.
Whether you want it to or not, guys, that's why our mindset's such a big thing.
Yes. Yeah. Mindset.
Before you hop on that phone call, get your mind right.
Yeah.
Because
And so, yeah.
it will show. It does show. Jessica?
Kind of going off of what she said, I have a hard time because, well, I was born and raised in the area. I sing with a lot of different groups, and I
Awesome.
have hundreds of contacts, whether they're pretty close to me or not really, like a years-long acquaintance. And the ones who are especially close, which are a lot, it's hard because, or, you know, if you haven't talked to them or really reached out in a while, as is the case with a lot of your Facebook contacts, and then suddenly you are,
Right.
then they're like, well, you're only calling me because you just started this new business and blah, 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 so it's hard.
Well,
when you're
again,
brand new.
it's how you say, hey, just want
Right.
to let you know. I mean, I joined this great company, Keller Williams, and you know, I'm in the business of helping people. So when you start saying the word helping,
Yep.
and instead of, you know, and again, it's mindset. Been there, done it. I still do it sometimes, and you're exactly right. The mindset before you even make the phone call. Get in that mode of helping. I
Yep.
want to help. I want to help. Not I need a commission today. I need
Right.
I need the money. It's just
It's the
amazing.
approach.
It really
It's
is.
the approach. And I know what you mean, though. I know exactly what you mean. And I'm just going to call that out for what it is. It's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief that you are outputting and then inputting over and over within yourself until you take it as fact. And really, it's not. You know how many people probably want to hear from you but haven't? And you have that limiting belief that's stopping you? Overcoming your mind of that and knowing that you're coming from contribution, that you aren't asking for anything, that you're just checking in. Hey, how are you doing? Don't even, if you don't want to get into business at all, don't.
Yeah, I think that's
Just start a conversation. How are you doing? How's the family? I haven't seen you in a couple years, but remember, you know, throw a memory out there. There's lots of ways to create conversations outside of that. Now, if you want to go straight in, I've had people literally bulk Facebook message people, and I've had it work for them. Is that my style? No. Do people do it with success? Yes. But I want a business that's going to constantly be coming back to me over forever.
I think it's hard too because I know, well, personally, I've got several friends that there's so many home network, LuLaRoe and Isogenics.
Oh, right.
It's so saturated
Yeah.
on Facebook.
And you get sick of those.
I can't tell you how many people I've seen too. They're like, I don't want any more messages about that. I don't want to know about this, or I don't want to blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
And I
But
feel like
then-
they would possibly, sorry.
Right.
But then
Right.
there's one that says, "Oh, you're in real estate. Oh man, my husband and I were just talking the other day, so it's like," and you're going,
Yep.
"Oh my God, I did it."
That's right.
Oh my God, I did
That's
it.
right. I had
So,
someone do about 1,000 Facebook messages. They ended up with 6 deals out of it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
Is that a lot of work for that? Yeah, but he was in a place where he needed to generate business.
Right.
Always be in the business of generating relationships, but this particular kid, he just wanted to get going. He
Yeah.
was a go-getter.
Mhm.
And the 6 probably got great service from him, and the rest could have wrote him off for forever. But that's a move that he decided to make.
Right,
To
right.
each his own. However you want to run your business. I will never tell you how to run your business. I'm going to ask you questions that's going to be getting you to think about your business, and that's my goal. That is all my goal here. Who has Facebook pages here?
Both, the business and personal.
Who has a business Facebook page? Who's putting content on their Facebook business page on a weekly basis or a calculated scheduled basis?
I do that once a week.
Okay, great. I only say that because it's really easy when I got busy in my business to forget about Facebook, even though the leads that I was currently servicing came from Facebook, and then I stopped lead generating them. It's weird, right? But that's what we do. We get business,
I know.
we get busy, we're so thankful for it, and then we don't do the one thing that got us that business
Right,
to
yeah.
begin with.
Mhm. Very
It,
true.
it's
Very
classic.
true.
We all do it. I
Mhm.
do it. I've done it. I know you guys all have. And it's part of this. If you look at our month over month, year over year, in general, we have the bell curve going on in our business. And at those high spots, we're excited and anxious because we know at these high spots, we just cashed a bunch of checks, but oh crap, I don't know where my next check's coming from. Y'all been there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the stuff I'm talking about is trying to alleviate this bell curve on you guys. Getting activities into your schedule, having databases outside of just your cell phone. The more you have, when it makes sense, the more business that you're going to get. If we play it strictly as a numbers game, if we're in front of 1,000 people, are we more likely to get a lead than if we're in front of 10? It's just numbers when it comes down to it. But throw in relationship, and that's how you have the retention to where eventually you won't have to do this stuff ever again. I do have people still messaging me, and I'm just having to refer deals out. Or the ones I can handle, I'll handle, but otherwise, I can't do this anymore. But I have all my clients from 3 years ago wanting to purchase and sell again. I'm like, crap, what do I do? What a great spot to be in, though. That's where I want your guys' businesses in 3 years, because you're implementing things now. You're creating a database. You're creating a schedule for yourself. You have a system that works. In 3 to 5 years, guys, I want all your business to be with people who want to work with you. And you get those calls, hey, come list me. Hey, I have my cousin. Isn't that the goal that we want for our business?
Mhm.
That's the goal I wanted. When I got in, I couldn't think about having to cold call people 20 years from now. I had a hard time with it. So I thought to myself, how can I get more relational to the point where it's more than just a home sale, it's a relationship that was just created. And that should be the goal as soon as we get into contract with someone. How can they know that I care about them more than anyone else? You ask questions. Sounds so weird, right? What do you mean? The power of your conversation is going to come in the power of the questions that you're asking. And it's not always about the house. Hey, how's your mom doing? Hey,
Right.
how's your kids doing? How's high school going? How's sports? Those are the questions that create that repeat business. Not the, hey, the termite report's in, it's good, have some dry rot on the fascia, but don't worry about it, the seller's gonna fix it, I'm gonna send over a request for repair, and hang up. Also, how's your day yesterday? Heard you're going to your son's baseball game. How'd that turn out? The difference that your phone call and the effect it's gonna have just because you simply asked a question is huge. So huge. But we forget, because we get so caught up in our work stuff, that we forget that there's people on the other side of this that have feelings, emotions, a family, and keeping that at front of mind as a realtor is so important. So important. Okay, do you guys have this? A little statistics thing? I just want to go over it. Guys, this is hard for me to swallow, these numbers. Okay, here we go. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. That's half. 1 out of every 2 is not following up. That means all those home sales that just happened in the last month, or in the last year, or in the last 2 years, 3 years, you name it, half of them aren't being touched by the realtor that they use. What does that mean? That's an orphan. They need to be loved. They gotta be loved. Okay, 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. Guilty. I think I'm doing good with my one follow-up and then I write it off. I'm guilty of that. Okay, 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. That's that low-hanging fruit, right, that we love to grab. We're like, give me that. Give me that. I just want all the low-hanging fruit, baby. Like, I get that. That's what I wanted. And your business gets there. See, Don't get discouraged when you're reading these things. Understand that when your business gets to a certain point and you have created enough relationships with those people around you, that you won't necessarily have to be doing this in a system or a schedule. You're doing it because you actually care. And they actually care about you, and it becomes such a part of their life. It's not a call that you're anxiously wanting to, like, I don't want to make this. No, you're wanting to because you care about them and they care about you. And that's the mindset we have to train. It's not natural for us, guys, to want to do that. We have to train ourselves, and that's why it begins with ourself, our heart. Where are we coming from? Are we coming from contribution, or are we wanting to grab all the money out of our friends and family and past clients' pockets? Because the mindset is going to affect the way we think and the way we talk to them. It's going to affect the questions that we're asking them. Okay, 5% of sales are made on the third contact, 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. 95% of sales are made after the 3rd to 12th contact in all. It's not always a call, guys. It could be a newsletter, it could be a Facebook message, it could be a text message, it could be a happy birthday, there's lots of different ways. The point of it is, figure out a system that works for you. I'm not here to tell you to pound the phones or to pound Facebook. I'm giving you guys options because I don't want you guys to ever feel like you're trapped in this business. You guys should never feel like that. You guys should maximize what you're good at. If you're great at Facebook and you're not using it for business, why not? If you're great with pounding the phones, but you haven't done it in a while, why not? Those are the questions I want you guys asking yourself. If you enjoy doing something, why wouldn't you maximize the effect it's going to have on your business? These sound like common sense questions, but we all get trapped in our life, in our busyness, that we forget to use the things we're already using anyway. So I'm just bringing that top of mind for you guys. Your Facebook page, what if it looked like instead of making 100 contacts via phone, you were to engage in 100 conversations on Facebook? You'd say, Blake, that sounds like a freaking nightmare. Maybe, depends how ambitious you are. That's lead gen, guys. When you're engaging with someone in a conversation, that's lead gen, whether it be by text message, phone call, email, or Facebook Messenger. What was it? Facebook Messenger is the 4th most.
Top 3.
Top
Facebook
3.
Messenger, texting, and video messaging are the 3 top ways to communicate with clients nowadays that will get a response.
How about that? It's weird to think about. Times are changing, guys, and they're changing so fast that a lot of us don't even realize it. I know I don't. I didn't. From 2015 to 2018, I was so lost in my business, I forgot to work on my business. I thought you just said the same thing. No, working in your business is different than working on your business. Working on your business consists of creating a database, creating systems that work for you, figuring out how you're going to follow up with your clients. Those are working on your business. I challenge you, if you haven't worked on your business, what would it look like if you designated 1 hour of every day to working on my business? What am I struggling with? In my last 6 transactions, what have been my biggest time-consuming things that I do in these deals? If so, how can I leverage those and or create a system to where if this happens again, I know exactly what to do and it won't rack my brain? These are the things when you are working on your business. That way in 2 years, in 3 years, you are more efficient. You can handle a longer and a bigger volume than you currently are. We all reach our natural achievement ceiling. For me, it was 50 homes. That was my natural achievement ceiling. Or actually, no, it was 25. I instituted a CRM. I instituted making contacts with my people and following up, and it got me up to 50, over 50. If I wanted to keep growing, I would have had to create a new system that worked. What's your guys' natural achievement ceiling look like? What is the most homes you guys have ever done? I can tell you that's your achievement ceiling. How do you break through it? You institute systems into your business and you start working on your business instead of in your business. Guys, this is next level, taking that, what your real estate, calling it fun, into a business, guys, into creating a legacy for yourself. That's that next level. And I can tell you probably 90% of the people never get to that next level. But it's only those 10% that are in this real estate game that when the market's shifting, that you come out on top. That's what separates you from the other guy. And that's why I'm saying it's so important that we get on this now. Because if we get on it in a year, when the market's already fully shifted, it's too late. Because that 10% of people that did what they were supposed to, when they were supposed to, are running the play now. They're doing nothing but doing what their system's set up to do. I want you guys to think outside of yourself and bigger than yourself. That's the only thing I'm wanting to happen here. Okay, who gets online leads from whatever? It could be Facebook, it could be Realtor.com, it could be Zillow, it could be whatever. Who gets anything? Okay, where do you get it from?
Facebook.
Facebook, okay. Perfect. Who knows that response time is everything? Why do you guys know that? And how do you guys know that?
Because I had been on Zillow before, or Realtor.com, and they tell you that because when people go online to look at a property there and you catch them while they're still on the computer,
Yep.
they're more in the mood of responding because
That's
they're
right.
looking at it than if you call half hour when they already haven't stepped away.
They'll go to someone else.
Oh yeah,
Guys, they're hot. That's why.
yeah.
Because if you don't call them, they have the technology. You guys realize that all of our consumers have almost the same technology that we have now, which could be scary, right? Could be scary. That's why this response time is so important. If you get a lead within the first 5 minutes, you're going to have a lot greater of a, I would say, potential for turning that into a sale. And if you don't answer in 5 minutes, and it is that low-hanging fruit, they will continue calling people until they reach something or someone that will answer and get back to them. So that's why it's just so important. Follow up as fast as you can. If you're not able to follow up, have a system in place that's responding or somehow engaging them for you. What does that look like for you guys? I don't know.
Auto response.
Auto responses, it sounds silly, but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
Just knowing that they're being touched right away.
Exactly.
And then maybe even have, if you can set up a second email in 30 minutes or an hour, whatever it is, I want you guys to just be thinking about this stuff because it's so, so important. It's so important. And the more technology becomes a part of what we do, this stuff is maximized. And guys, this community is very lax. It's very laid back, which is 100% beautiful. I love it. It's great. But when a client's wanting to get a hold of something for buying or selling a house, we can't be lax. We can't be. If everyone else is doing that, we got to do the opposite because we're trying to differentiate ourselves. How do we do that? Response time's one way. Caring about the customer is the biggest, but response time's another one. Okay. Who has schedules? Create a schedule for yourself. When to wake up. I know it sounds weird, like, why would I going to do that? I got into real estate so I don't have to do that. I understand, guys. I get it. And I just want to challenge you. The biggest step you'll ever make in your real estate career, your real estate business, is creating a schedule for yourself and holding yourself accountable to it. I say that shaking my head because I know how difficult that is, guys. I do. It's one of the reasons why I took this job, because I needed to get myself to be a better person than what I was. That's why I took the job. I tell you, it's not because of anything else. I wanted to become better myself. That's it. And by doing that, it involves me plugging into people who are like-minded and want to grow. It's a big part of what I do and why I do. I want you guys to get rich, and I just want to be in the background just yeah, and just making it rain, and I'm like, yeah. Maybe I'll catch a couple 20s when you guys are tossing them in the air. I don't know. But my big why is plugging into people and making their big why even bigger for them so that they're able to do what I know they're capable of doing, but they need that extra nudge, whatever it is, that extra encouragement. That's why I'm here, guys. If you guys don't use a scheduler on your phone, this might be funny to you guys, but literally up until I was here at KW, I did my schedule in person Sunday night before the week, and I wrote it out. Like, Blake, what the heck, dude? You're like 27 and this is what you did? I like writing stuff and having it on paper.
Good at my phone. I like paper too.
It really helps. So that's why I have over here this and also something called My Perfect Week. And I use this, guys.
Planners are good too.
And planners are great. My wife uses a planner, and she does it with pretty stickers and like this and that. Like, there's good stuff out there. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you guys. But I want to encourage you guys of that. Okay. You guys switch over to this. This packet I gave you. I'm not going to go through it, but our ISA team on the Kevin Blaine team had this report and sent it over to me, and it's something that they live by. Who knows what an ISA team is? What is an ISA? Inside sales agent.
Do you have another one of those for me?
Yeah, I think.
That's right there.
Which one?
Oh,
Right there.
Yep.
Okay.
ISA is a relatively new term in real estate. I would say it came around in 2015, 2016. They've been a part of other industries, but real estate is late catching on to everything. But now real estate's starting to get so corporate that us as agents and teams have to become more scheduled and more, okay, like we got to know our stuff. So an ISA is someone that I would hire to handle all of my incoming leads. They were my first round. They essentially process them for me. Are they pre-qualified? Are they not? Are they asking them questions that if they don't want to go talk to a lender, are you asking questions that's pre-qualifying them while they're on the phone so you know if it's worth your time to go to a house and show it or not? Who does that? Who pre-qualifies their buyers on the phone before they're going to the appointment?
Oh, well, yeah.
It's important, guys.
Yeah.
It sounds silly, and I haven't. Same. Yeah, who hasn't? And we all know because we've all been there. We're so excited. Someone's called us, they want to go look at this house, let's just go. And I was like that for my first 6 months. Like, let's go do it. What I learned over time when I was making my hobby into a business was that efficiency is big. It's big in it's big in every industry and every job you go to. But here it's just as important, yet we think we don't have to be as efficient for some reason because we're all independent contractors. Why do you think this whole team thing is sweeping the nation? Because they've realized that leveraging activities that either they're not good at or don't have the capacity to hold, we'll be able to hold it and they will grow. That's that top 10% I'm talking about. You guys don't really have it here. That's why I'm like, this is up for the taking, guys. Who wants it? Which one of you guys want it? Who wants it bad enough? That's what it's going to come down to. And then it's only going to be a few of you guys, and you guys are going to be raking it in.
Besides asking if they've seen a lender, what are other questions that you
I am
can
glad that you
ask?
asked. I can bring it out here. I will have something for you guys. It's actually a list of pre-qualifying questions. I don't have it, but
Ask them if they need
let's just.
financing or.
Yeah. Okay. So asking them, have you worked with a lender? They're gonna say, no, not at all. Great. How long have you been at your job? If they say longer than 2 years, great. I know it's good because a lender needs 2 years. What are some common jobs here that you guys see reoccurring that allows them to get pre-qualified for a home?
I'm guessing.
Teacher,
Yeah.
police officer, and I'm not saying that they're
Military,
military,
Wine.
state jobs,
Wine industry, really.
wine industry jobs. That's pretty upper end.
Yeah.
They're getting paid well.
Yeah, they are.
Guys,
Prison.
prison,
Yeah.
that's right. All of these things, when you ask questions to get those answers, because when I would hear that stuff, I would be a lot more likely, even though they weren't willing to go to the lender yet, I was a lot more likely to go to that house and open it up to them. Number one, they could have had 3 agents that just turned them down because they asked, are you pre-qualified? They said no, they said sorry, blah, 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 hung up. That's why asking those questions are so important. Keep them engaged. If they don't want to tell you where they work, they don't want to tell you how long they've worked there, they don't want, more than likely, guys, they're looky-loos, and they weren't going to purchase a home anyway. And they might make you feel like crap, but the only reason is because they're projecting on you. They know they're not pre-qualified. They know they're not able to be pre-qualified. Therefore, why am I going to reveal any more about myself? If that's the case, why am I? Why am I going to go out of my way for my day when I can be loving on my family or people that want to be near me to go open up a house for someone who isn't going to buy it anyway? So these are questions, and there's more than that. That's just the biggest. That was the biggest one for me. No problem at all. Where do you work? Are you married? finding out with her, like, oh, where does she work, whatever. And if people think it's weird, I can tell you they're not really interested, because they're going to have to give this information up anyway.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have limiting beliefs in our head. Well, that sounds weird to ask that question. If you're in the market for a home, these are questions that you're going to be asked at some point. If someone said to me, why are you asking these questions? I said, more than likely, I'm just getting you ready for when the lender is, when you're going to meet with the lender, because these are the questions that they're going to ask you. Do you have a problem with that? You don't have to say it like that. Be more nice. Word it around.
Right.
Do you got a problem with that? Fine. All right.
What if they say they're self-employed, or they own their own business, or whatever, something you don't really know exactly
Great.
how.
How long have you been self-employed? 10 years. What do you do? Oh, I'm a consultant for, whatever. Great. That's good enough for me, because they still need 2 years. As realtors, you guys know you can't buy a house until you've got 2 years of W-2s. It essentially comes down to W-2s or 1099s, which this is a whole nother thing in of itself. A teacher, a police officer, they're going to get a 1099. They're going to have their taxes held out, whatever. They get that. Us self-employed people get W-2s. Sorry. I'm losing it. We get 1099 as sole proprietors or business owners.
Yeah, right.
W-2s come from teachers, all that other stuff. Either way, they need 2 years of completed. It's hard with a person who owns their own business, because I'm not going to ask questions that's going to infringe on their accounts. For instance, us realtors write off a lot of crap, right? So do people who own their own businesses. We're all in the same pool. So someone who tells me, oh, I made $200,000 last year, great. It's hard for me to ask, well, what does that look like on your taxes? Because more than likely you're going to get a laugh and say, huh, 42,000. Well, guys, whatever that number is what they're going to be able to qualify for. So us in real estate, we gross a lot more than we net, especially if we're doing marketing. I know that for a fact. So any other questions with that? And I have a piece of paper in my office that has a list of questions for you. It's called pre-qualifying the buyers. Key findings in this study, and I think it was around 500 leads they studied, but nearly half of the leads we surveyed completed at least one real estate transaction within 2 years of registering on a brokerage website. Once again, it goes back to, guys, they will do something. It might not be today or tomorrow or 6 months from now or a year and a half from now. It's hard to think about. That's why we have to have these systems in place, so we're not thinking about it, because if we do, we won't have time for that low-hanging fruit that we all love. Another 20% said they were still looking and hadn't yet completed a transaction. This means the majority of web leads are serious buyers and sellers who will complete a transaction. Should be encouraging to you guys. These people will turn into something, and by having a database is so important. In our sample of 500 leads, we found that 313 transactions, buyer and sell sides, had been completed within 12 to 24 months. So that was just going back to that. That's a lot. What if you guys looked in your leads database for what you had from Zillow, Realtor.com, or Facebook? Let's see, that in this case, 500 and 300, it's like 60%. So what if you had a pool of 100? That means 60 of those will turn into a deal. That's pretty big, guys.
Even if they don't respond?
I'm not saying, if they don't respond, I would not necessarily. And I'm glad you said that, because anyone who's done Zillow, Realtor.com and paid for it understands there's just a certain percentage that don't pick up and answer you ever. If that's the case, no, that doesn't count. These are people that are actually responding to you at least once. They go in that pool. Leads generated on brokerage websites produce a significant number of sellers, 42%, in addition to buyers. So anytime you hear someone say online leads only procure buyer leads, that's a lie. That's a limiting belief. That's not true. Plain and simple. A lot of buyers are on there, and you have to weed that crap out, because they will waste your time. But just know that the magic's going to not be in that first phone call. It's going to be in the follow-up. Getting to reveal yourself to them, they're going to reveal yourself to you. Of the leads we tracked that closed a transaction, 58% bought a home, 16% sold a home, and 26% bought and sold. Who knows that we're in a market, there's a lot of selling and buying, contingency deals. Who knows that those are a lot of work?
Yeah.
They're a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, I've had a seller and a buyer transaction eat up so much of my time because I was so set on like, sweet, this is going to be 2 paychecks. And then I find out I spent so much time on those 2 paychecks that like I missed out like on other stuff. How I leverage that, and this is bigger, I would say, than necessarily we're at right now, but guys, having a buyer's agent, having an admin of some kind that can also be a buyer's agent is a very big step for a real estate business. Yes?
At what time do you decide, okay, I'm getting too big? I mean, obviously, if you can't handle it,
Mm-hmm.
but financially too, you know, because
Right.
if I don't take this and I'm okay by myself,
Mhm.
then I'm not gonna grow, but I'm
Right.
gonna be comfortable like this. But, you know, how do you make that decision? When do you come up with that, all of that? At what point, I mean?
I would say it's going to start by creating a profit and loss and a budget for your business. So you start there. What have I made in the last 6 months to a year? Okay. Of that, what am I putting back into my business? If I'm not doing marketing and I just have such a good referral business, I would recommend putting your marketing money into that first hire for an admin to help you put together your database, to put together all this stuff. Guys, I didn't put together my own database. I just knew I did, so I hired someone to do it for me. Yeah, go ahead, Ushi.
So I was just gonna say, when you say you did 50 transactions, did you do them on your own or did you have a team? Did you have
It was
somebody
just
to help
me.
you? It was just you did but you had a transaction
But
coordinator.
I had a transaction coordinator, I had a sign guy, I had a photographer, and I had a showing assistant.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
What's a showing assistant? What is that? I would offer to everyone on my team, or everyone on the Kevin Blaine team, not my team, $100 a door, up to 5 doors, and any doors after 5, I'm not paying you over 5. Here, it's a different price point, so you guys whatever, but I still think it applies. $100 a door, up to 5 doors, and then you deal the contract and all that. You don't have them do the contract. You're just literally having them open up doors for you, and you don't pay them until the close of escrow. If the deal doesn't close, well, it's a risk that showing assistant has to be willing to take. If you're not comfortable with that, make them a deal. I'll give you $100, or I'll give you whatever for just going and essentially being a fill gap for me because I'm gone this weekend and I just need someone to be there and know that I'm still caring for them. I've also had people do 15 or 10, 15, 20, 25%. Whatever you want, guys. It depends on the client. Depends on the showing assistant. If you have a good showing assistant, they might be more than $100 a door. I don't know.
Keller Williams has so many amazing tools. They actually have a first hire calculator. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't, so let's
Okay.
talk about it.
So you just plug in. So like Ushi's question of when do I know? You plug it in and it'll tell you at what point you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Is that on KW
Oh,
Connect?
that would
Yeah.
that would be great.
I'll just email it to you right now. Though.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You can send it to me too.
That is really awesome.
KW.
I found it in their
It's on
back
KW
end
Connect.
somewhere. There's so much cool stuff on there.
Yeah, I haven't been on that for a while.
It's called First Hire Calculator.
Oh,
Just
perfect.
go look it up.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
so cool, guys.
Uh-huh.
First hire calculator, it's a tool through KW. It is through KW, correct? You plug in your numbers and they'll let you know when. That's pretty dang easy. But I would still encourage you guys to create a budget and make sure it works. Put it on paper somewhere. Maybe it's just because I like writing stuff down. I just like to write stuff out because it helps me remember stuff more than anything. But write it out. What does it look like for you guys? And trusting the systems. This is tough, guys, because if we don't trust our systems, we're going to have a hard time paying someone on a monthly basis when we don't have a house close. We have to trust our systems. But Blake, I don't have systems. Well, that's what we got to start with. All right. Any questions with that? This is all good stuff, guys. Like a lot deeper than I thought we were going to go, which is totally cool. But I'm done with this, and I'm just going to say one more thing about Facebook, and then I want to open it up. Is there something that's on your mind big time? I want to encourage you guys. Who knows that it's kind of hard to get page likes on a business page? It's hard, right?
It is.
It's tough.
I was actually going to ask you that.
Here's why. And Facebook's smart. They're a business, right? They're not. They don't do all their stuff for free. Their algorithms for how they put your posts on your personal page and the posts that you put on your business page are different. the posts on your personal page will hit more people than posts on your business page. The reason for it, they want you to spend money on ads.
Boosting.
They want you to boost a post. It's a
Right,
business, right?
Exactly, right.
Okay, so what I personally found, I use my personal page as a funnel into my business page. You get to step number 1, invite all of your friends from your personal page into your business page. Step 1. Who's done that?
I think I did when
haven't
I first
updated it.
started out.
Who goes back every month with the friends that they've recently added and goes and invites them?
I don't know that I don't do it.
Who makes it a goal to be adding friends on their personal page so you can funnel them into your business page? Guys, that's the secret sauce. I'll tell you right now.
How do you do it?
Oh, okay, so you invite, and then what do you do after that?
Okay,
It
so
gives you an option on your business.
it gives you an option on
As a
business
Somebody
page.
when you
right.
invite them to like
Right,
the page.
exactly.
Can you do a live demo?
On your, let me see if I can.
Right, because I've
Yeah.
done it on my
I've
business
done it.
page, but I didn't keep doing it.
Invite me to like your page.
So you're gonna be on your
Yeah.
personal page and invite them.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I,
yes.
it automatic, when I created mine, it automatically brought, when I said invite, it was all
Yeah,
of
that
my
was at
personal
that one
pages.
time.
Right,
yeah, but to
exactly, that's
update
what I
it.
did.
Yeah, I
Okay,
did too,
but you have to keep doing it?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. So,
Okay, let me see.
Oh, on your
Okay.
business
So you
page,
go
go-
community?
You go invite friends.
But you keep doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay,
It's-
and then.
Okay.
so-
Cause it'll
Alright.
tell you if it's already been.
But
done,
Right,
right?
It'll tell you if
right.
it's already been liked.
Right,
So you
exactly.
have all of these people
Right, okay.
that you.
2007.
Said already like,
So you have
yeah.
27.
There it is. Look, 17, 15 have been invited. 2,700 haven't.
Okay.
And you just hit
Oh.
select all.
You can select all, or if you don't want to blast everyone at the same time, you do 100 a day. You guys create systems that work for yourself. I had so much fun with this, guys.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I had so
Yeah.
much freaking fun with this.
So you are on your business page right now?
Yep.
And it
Okay.
does pull over
It
all
pulls
your
your
friends?
personal, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that, okay.
Pulls over all your
I guess
personal.
I didn't realize
So
that.
yeah, here's all the people that I've invited and that have liked my page. So the invited means the ones that have liked your page.
Yeah.
The not invited, I don't really know.
They
So
they don't care.
yeah, I guess so. They don't like me. They don't like me.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Either way, when I started, I had 0,
Yeah,
and when I ended,
exactly.
I'm almost at 2,000. My goal
Right.
for this year was to get over 2,000.
Right, okay, all right.
Setting goals for yourself on this stuff is so important, so we can be
Yes.
intentional about what we're doing. That's why, yeah.
So when I like a business page,
Mhm.
I hit like, and it automatically says right next to it, following. Like it changes it.
Mhm.
It says by liking it, I'm
You're following it, yeah.
However, in my business page that I made, I have a lot of people that, I don't know, a lot, but that
Right.
have liked the page. But then if I click in it, wherever you can go and look and see who's following,
Mhm.
there's only one person that's following.
Got it. Not all of them that you like are necessarily following you.
Yeah.
Even though I
A lot of it depends on their settings, I believe. So it
okay,
depends
so
on
they can
I don't-
change the settings.
They can change settings, but make sure.
Wouldn't you want people to follow you?
Yeah, you do.
Because then they would see your post more.
And me, I have 1920 like it, 1928 people follow this. So that is strange. Let's look
But
into
those
that.
people can, select, don't
Unfollow.
follow. They'll like you, but they don't wanna follow.
Oh.
Yeah, so they can
can
do that as well.
Yeah,
I see, I see.
I've had to unfollow, cause it's constant.
Mhm.
Who put services on their page for what you do? I put investing, selling, and buying.
Oh, yeah, I did that. Investing, I didn't do investing. And it says selling, buying.
Did you write
I
those
think I
your
only did 2.
self?
I did.
You did
And I
write
put the
them.
pictures and everything. I mean, you can do it. Hey, this is funny, guys. I don't know if the picture will show up bigger. But buying, I put free. Yes, we're serious. How many of our clients out there don't even know that the buyer side of the transaction, they don't have to pay for?
Mhm.
When we're talking to our buyers, are we letting them know that? If not, why not?
Could you add consulting,
I want to know.
real estate consulting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Michael. Did Michael. Soiled it.
What happened?
Who has done videos like this?
No.
No.
Can't do videos.
Is that you?
Sean, can you scroll up right quick?
Oh,
Did you make
no.
a little
I did.
you?
Right there,
No,
stop.
no.
No, but did you know that you can go on YouTube and pick one out and put it in here?
I'm sure you could.
What are
Yeah.
those called? Avatar?
They're called something.
Yeah.
I had.
I was looking into that and I almost did, but I didn't.
I paid for it, and then I
Gosh,
pinned
want a
it.
little me.
I paid for it and put it to the top of my page.
That's hilarious.
And then I
Click
published
on it. What
this
does
and I
it say?
sponsored it.
Click on it and
I want
let's
to
see
play
what
it.
it
I
says.
don't know why it's not.
I think Keller Williams has awesome videos. You can just
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Who, what?
Okay, click on your little thing there. On that.
This shows what I spent on it, how to target it.
Oh, boosting's good.
Yeah,
Boosted
boosting
a
your
few
post.
times, yeah.
I boosted a post.
Who knows that pictures like this are freaking gold?
They are gold, yes.
Guys, if we're not capitalizing on past clients or handing keys over, this is huge. You're evoking an emotional response from the people who see that, and it's beyond real estate. That's when it gets personal.
Yes.
I had a system in place that I would do either a picture or video with my buyers. I wouldn't usually do it for sellers. I mean, you could, but it's harder with sellers, right? Because you guys know working with sellers isn't quite as fun as working with buyers in the sense that at the end the buyers are skipping and you're like, yeah, like let's do it, you know?
Yeah, I know.
When you guys have those happy times, post them, because Facebook's a great way to get personal and allow a large amount of people to get personal with you, even though it has nothing to do with them. This sweet old lady, was the sweetest thing ever. And this was the first home that she had really owned as her own. And she was just in tears. And I was there with the camera this is great memories,
Yeah,
you know?
true.
And then what would it look like if you got to send them that picture in 2 weeks and then follow up? Guys, there's lots of things we can do. Get creative. I feel like everyone gets into real estate and feel like it's so black and white. Guys, there's so much gray as to what you can do and how you can differentiate yourself by getting personal. Blow that up. Use it. Because people absolutely love it. And then anytime someone comments, like it or love it or respond to them.
Oh, you know,
I'm just gonna go up.
Just sit down.
The algorithm of Facebook, and knowing this is important, when you comment on something or someone comments on your stuff and you comment back, the algorithm's going to have that and put that in front of more people than if you didn't do anything at all. So knowing that algorithm, how it works for you, so likes, comments, shares, all that thing boosts it, but you engaging back with people boosts it even more. So it's important to do that. I wish this video would play for you, and I don't know why it's not, but
it's okay.
it's all good. Okay. And myself. Are there any questions about Facebook right now? About what you can do? How about you on your personal page commenting on people's stuff?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying get annoying. Don't be one of those people who comments on literally everything.
Yeah, no.
But what if you were intentional about it? What if you were intentional with the comments you were leaving? It's a good way for you to show them that you care. Instead of sending a Facebook message, what would it look like if you just hopped on your friend's page that you haven't seen anything in the last 6 months and you started liking stuff? And then you started writing comments. And then you drop a message in 6 months, a year, whatever.
Right.
Those are the things that we can do on a day-to-day basis just by simply caring about those people that are already a part of our life somehow. Facebook's just an easy way to do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
On your business page, I'm sure there's rules about photos, there are, that you can use and all that. If there's a house on the market that's not yours, that you're not the listing agent, but you particularly really like it, and can you?
You'd have to receive permission
From
from
the
that
agent
agent
to say, look,
and the brokerage.
Okay.
I've had people fined, seen them fined for that
Yeah, that's what
when they didn't.
I've been
ask,
terrified
but-
to even hardly put anything, because I don't know what I'm allowed to do, I don't know what kind of, on my own page.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a great, and that's why this brokerage is so awesome. Guys, if you don't have any business, what would it look like if you started sponsoring ads to an open house you were doing after you got permission from Ushi or from anyone? What would it look like if you sponsored that ad? They think you're the freaking listing agent, guys. I didn't have any deals, and all I could post was inspirational quotes. That's all I could do. I was part of a private brokerage, and we didn't have any sales at all. So I just did inspirational quotes. I provided value at no cost to the people around me. Then I joined Keller Williams, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. all those open houses that I posted, all of those things that I did, they'd come to me, Blake, you're doing so great. How did you get up? They have no idea. Truth is, most people don't care. They just see you in front of a house with a for sale sign. They link the two together that's yours. So blow that up. New agents, guys, use that.
That's why,
Oh, yeah.
so you just need to
Get
inquire.
permission, yes.
Verbal permission?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yes. Michael, you had your hand raised?
I did. Facebook or Instagram?
Both.
Seeing both. Okay.
Both. I did sponsored ads on Instagram too, but I had my Facebook, so I would run them simultaneously. When you make a Facebook business page, you can link it to your Instagram, and then when you sponsor ads, you can click for Facebook, Instagram, or both. I would recommend, if you're more comfortable on Instagram, maximize that, what you prefer to be on, and then start working on your Facebook. If you're the other way around, do it the other way
You
around.
should have a separate Instagram from your personal one, just like the same as Facebook. I don't even use my
I-
personal one, like ever.
Only use my personal one, but if you guys looked at my Instagram, I don't have very many pictures of real estate. I had my real estate website at the bottom, but that's an opportunity for me to show my clients who I am in my personal life. Guys, they want
And
to
you just
figure out who you
visual
are.
and there's
Yes.
in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I just came from that McFerry
Oh yeah.
seminar.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
He was totally against Facebook.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Well,
was.
because he's more conservative and he's older. He's been like what 55
What?
years.
Are
in
you
the- yeah,
serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
No,
they're
and he
big against Zillow and all that too.
No, one of the things, and that did make sense.
Mhm.
That what you post, you got to be so careful, even if you are on your personal, that you're not there in a bathing suit, you know, or,
Right,
or
right,
you know,
right.
because or you're something that or political, because sometimes you see people making political quotes unless you don't want anybody from the other side, you know,
Right.
to ever talk to you. So you really got to be still remember that you're out there, and that image comes with
Yes.
with your job. You know,
It's
So
very
that's-
important. Guys, that's all I have. I ran over. I'm so sorry. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.